exploring the largest deserted megaprojects globally, ranging from a desolate Japanese island concealing a disturbing past within its deteriorating structures to a towering abandoned skyscraper in Venezuela, once occupied by approximately 5,000 squatters. Join us in this video as we delve into these colossal abandoned ventures. Number 5. The Wonderland Amusement Park. Situated just a brief 20-minute drive from Beijing, Wonderland Amusement Park was envisioned as Asia's largest amusement park, with plans drafted in the early 90s. Spanning an expansive area equivalent to 50 undeveloped cornfields, it would have rivaled the size of Tokyo Disneyland in Japan. The Rainwood Group, a Chinese property developer, aimed for Wonderland to serve as their flagship project, drawing millions of visitors from the nearby megacity. Construction commenced on Wonderland Amusement Park with the vision of creating a Disneyland-style theme park featuring an iconic castle centerpiece and medieval-themed buildings and walls. However, in 1998, midway through construction, all work abruptly ceased, leaving the park abandoned. Local speculations and theories emerged, attributing the halt to curses on the location or the discovery of a mass grave during construction. In reality, the project faced financial disputes with the local government and farmers who had worked the land before construction began. Disagreements over property prices led to a standstill, and negotiations reached an impasse. The project threatened the livelihoods of farmers and their families, who were unwilling to relinquish their sole source of income. As Rainwood and its workers hastily departed, the partially constructed attractions crumbled, allowing nature to reclaim the site over the years. An attempt to revive the project in 2008 failed, as the structures had deteriorated beyond repair. 5 years later, the remaining structures were demolished, extinguishing any hopes of completing the project. The land reverted to local farmers, who resumed cultivation amidst the remnants of a forsaken medieval fantasy. Number 4. The Memphis Pyramid. Named after its ancient counterpart in Egypt, Memphis, Tennessee inspired Mark Hartz to conceive an ambitious project for his hometown. Initially, his vision involved constructing 3 pyramids along the Mississippi River, replicating the renowned Giza Pyramid complex, but at 2/3 of the original scale. The aim was to establish a distinctive landmark, much like St. Louis's Gateway Arch or Paris's Eiffel Tower, to enhance the city's global recognition. However, Mark Hartz's plan remained unrealized until his son, John Hartz, revived the concept in the 1980s. The updated proposal discarded the 3-pyramid complex, opting for a single main pyramid standing 98 meters tall with a base of 180 meters, making it one of the world's largest pyramids. Tennessee entrepreneur John Tigrit embraced the idea, and construction on what would become the Memphis Pyramid commenced in September 1989. Before its completion in 1991, the Memphis Pyramid faced numerous challenges. Financial difficulties led to the abandonment of planned amenities such as a music museum, radio station, observation deck, outdoor theme park, and a Hard Rock cafe. Despite these setbacks, the pyramid successfully opened as a basketball arena, attracting over 21,000 visitors. However, on the opening day, the facility experienced plumbing issues, with toilets backing up and flooding the basement. Over the years, the Memphis Pyramid hosted various events, including basketball tournaments, concerts, and a historic boxing match. Yet, lacking a permanent tenant for sustained profitability, the city attempted to attract an NBA team in 2001. After retrofitting the pyramid for the Memphis Grizzlies, the team left after just 3 years for the newer FedEx Forum. For over a decade, discussions about potential uses for the abandoned pyramid ensued, contemplating themes such as an indoor park, casino, or a shopping mall. None of these ideas materialized, and the pyramid remained vacant until American retailer Bass Pro Shops secured a 55-year lease in an agreement with the city. Today, the Memphis Pyramid houses the world's largest Bass Pro shop, featuring an archery and shooting range as well as a laser arcade. Since this transformation, the pyramid has experienced significant success, attracting 3 million visitors in its first year under new management. Number 3. Hashima Island. Situated 15 kilometers southwest of Nagasaki in Japan, Hashima Island is a small, roughly 500-meter wide island frozen in time. This abandoned enclave, with its concrete buildings, seawalls, and remnants dating back to the early 20th century, serves as a poignant symbol of Japan's swift industrialization and its shadowy past. Initially inhabited in 1887, when substantial undersea coal was discovered, Mitsubishi purchased Hashima, erecting a coal mining facility and protective seawalls against typhoons. By 1916, Hashima boasted various amenities for its expanding workforce, including a 7-floor apartment building, school, hospital, community center, cinema, swimming pool, and shops. The island reached its peak population of 5,300 in 1959. However, with the shift to petroleum as Japan's primary energy source in the late 1960s, coal mines nationwide closed, leading to Hashima's decline. As residents departed, Mitsubishi ceased operations and the island, devoid of permanent inhabitants, succumbed to nature, causing its industrial structures to gradually crumble. In 2002, Mitsubishi relinquished ownership of Hashima, passing it to the town of Takashima and later to Nagasaki City. Curiosity about the island's history prompted its opening to journalists in 2005 and subsequently to the general public, transforming it into a popular tourist destination. The Japanese government sought UNESCO World Heritage status in 2009, emphasizing the historical ruins and well-preserved architecture. However, both North and South Korea opposed the bid, highlighting the island's omitted dark history. Hashima Island, unbeknownst to many from the 1930s to the end of World War II, witnessed egregious human rights violations. Korean and Chinese prisoners of war were subjected to harsh conditions, leading to an estimated 130 to 1,300 forced laborers losing their lives due to exhaustion, malnutrition, and poor working conditions. Despite Korean opposition, Hashima Island is now a UNESCO World Heritage Site, attracting thousands of tourists annually. Number 2. Berlin Templehof Airport. As one of the initial airports in the German capital, Berlin, Templehof stands as a witness to and participant in numerous historic moments in the country. Officially designated as an airport in 1923, Templehof served as the primary air traffic hub in the region. By the late 1930s, its strategic proximity to the German capital propelled Templehof to become one of the world's busiest airports. Following the fall of the Berlin Wall in the reunification of Germany in 1989, Templehof transformed into one of 3 airports serving a once divided city. Operating as a regular commercial airport for several years, the city government of Berlin announced a resolution in 1996 to close Templehof, part of a plan to consolidate all domestic and international air traffic at a central airport. Unlike other projects in this video, Templehof was abandoned due to its age, having fulfilled its intended purpose. Templehof, alongside the neighboring Tegel Airport, was slated for closure to make way for the new Berlin Brandenburg Airport. Despite public resistance and a referendum attempting to keep the airport open, the last commercial flight departed from Templehof on October 30, 2008. Subsequently, the city of Berlin unveiled plans to transform the old airport into a city park, allocating a budget of 60 million euros. The Tempelhofer Feld, known as the world's largest inner-city open space, open to the public and covers a total area of 380 hectares, surpassing even the renowned Central Park in New York City. While some remnants of the airport's history, such as parts of the old terminal, hangars, and the runway are still visible today, Tempelhof has evolved into a venue for various events, including music festivals and fairs. The site, now called Templehof Airport, stands as a testament to the intersection of history and urban transformation in Berlin. And finally, the Tor de David, also called Venezuela's squatter skyscraper. Standing at a height of 170 meters with 45 floors, the Tor de David in Caracas, the capital of Venezuela, ranks as the country's third tallest skyscraper. Its construction commenced in 1990, envisioning a mixed-use space for both residential and office purposes in the heart of the densely urbanized capital. However, just 4 years into the project, work abruptly ceased due to the Venezuelan banking crisis, leading the government to take control of the tower. In its incomplete state, the Tor de David lacked essential utilities and services such as electricity, running water, windows, and even completed walls in some areas. In 2001, the Venezuelan government attempted to auction the building and other structures within the complex, but there were no takers for the rundown and unfinished structure. Concurrently, Caracas faced a severe housing shortage, prompting hundreds of thousands of people to seek refuge within the complex, occupying the abandoned skyscraper that had been vacant for over a decade. As a result, the complex became home to around 200 homeless families, constituting approximately 40% of the city's homeless population. Residents ingeniously established makeshift utility services, including an improvised aqueduct system providing running water up to the 22nd floor. Motorcycle taxis navigated through a network of paths and ramps, facilitating transportation between the first 10 floors. By 2011, the Tor de David population had grown to as many as 2,500 people, peaking at around 5,000 individuals. In 2014, the Venezuelan government initiated a program in consultation with the tower's residents to relocate those families to newly provided government homes in a new city south of the capital. By 2015, all residents were reported to have successfully transitioned to their new homes in Cuba. Discussions on the Tor de David's future had been varied, ranging from proposals to demolish the tower entirely to advocating for the creation of affordable housing within the complex. In 2018, an earthquake caused significant damage, leading to the partial collapse of the top 5 floors. Currently, the tower remains incomplete and abandoned, serving temporarily as an emergency care center. Share your thoughts on these abandoned megaprojects in the comments below. If you like this video, click the next one shown on the screen. I'm sure you'll like it. Thanks for watching.